The Week 12 recap and Monday Night Football Har-Bomb edition of the Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gaming Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up a promo code BOMBS to get a 50% deposit bonus of up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Start crushing college football and the NFL with Rhythm. Get your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And with that, we will begin this song with the show. Yes, welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, the Laddie Daddy, the Bet Detective, the Deli Llama, Deli Roll, Scumbagger Vance, the man in the box, CJ Sullivan. That's right. We are coming here live from Eagle Rock, California, Monday, November 25th at a little late, 1:20. Sorry, degenerates. I know it's usually noon push, but the main guys had to do their college hoop show because it's feast week. You know, that's where the college kids go to the Bahamas and play basketball at 10 in the morning. So they had to get those picks in there. But we're starting. We got a big show for you today. Of course, we have a recap here of Week 12 with the Rams-Eagles game. I was in attendance last night. I'm going to report from that. We got Monday. They're right back at SoFi tonight with a Har-Bombs bowl bomb, and I have a special guest coming on for as I preview that. Another Harbaugh brother. We got a man in the box segment. We have people in the comments already popping up. Channing Brown says, good timing. What's up, CJ? What's up there, Channing Brown? And all C-Generals. And Virgil says, good afternoon. That's right. If you are watching, Nate Mitchell, the real D-Gen Laddie Daddy, I'll give you a bomb for that. If you're watching on X, hop on over to YouTube. That's how you get into comments. And that's where you can enrage me, you can engage me, and disengage me. So like I said, yeah, big show tonight. With the Monday Night Football. I'll preview that. I'll get to the Philly stuff later. And we also have bad news too. It's such a packed show. Thursday night we hit the Browns. That was fun. Browns money line and the points. I only bring that up because I've been hitting the primetime games. It just looked good in the snow and the wind. I just like how they talk about it, like this because I know they proposed a dome in Cleveland, and the way they talk about Cleveland is just hilarious. It's like they need to be outside in the snow and the misery. Look at these people; they love misery. They'll tell them they need good weather and be protected. They need to be. They need terrible weather. They need to be in pain. Cleveland is pain. That's what they like. And then they won. It was perfect. So anyway, but tonight, SoFi runs it back. Last night was a Philly scumbag party that I was a part of at SoFi as they beat up on the Rams. Saquon had his monster game. So they have to pick up that trash and turn it over. You know, it's like when you got a comedy club, you got to do shows. You got to the staff's got to turn it over between that first and second show. You got to clean the tables, reset the tables. And now they got Chargers, Ravens tonight with the big oh, good God. This is a network wet dream. The Harbaugh Bowl. We'll get into it. Virgil says his son, true Florida cracker, but a Browns fan to his core, flew up for the game Thursday night. That was the epitome of the Browns game. A Cleveland game where they know it hurts their draft pick, but who cares? It was a backup quarterback who's better than Deshaun Watson. Every year they keep getting a new backup quarterback that everyone loves that's not Deshaun Watson. Then they got to get rid of him because people like him too much. Flacco last year. Now everyone's falling in love with Winston. How can't you? He's hilarious. Winston's what I love about Winston in his quote, I mean, obviously his quotes are so funny because someone said he acts like he's answering questions. He's answering like a different question. Like, hey, what do you got to do to win? And then he doesn't even do a football metaphor. It's always like biblical or something like all his metaphors never talk about football. He's like, the horses are prepared to battle, but the Lord decides the victor. Okay. I was just going to say you're about your third down efficiency, but all right, Jameson, that sounds fine. And the handicapping was, can you trust him in the cold? I don't know. Can you trust him in the warmth? You can't trust Winston anywhere. But that's what makes him fun. And he was fun. Anyway. But that was Thursday night. We got the wins. We got to move on. Before I get to the full recap, we're going to preview tonight's Monday Night Football Har-Baugh edition. But first, I'm going to tell you about the massive merch sale we're running here at SGPN. In honor of Thanksgiving, Thursday through Sunday this week, everything is 25% off with the promo code Black Friday. That's right, 25% off everything, including a Bet Detective shirt with me on it, or a Man in a Box shirt with me on it, or Bottom Line Bombs with my show on it. That's it. That's all you need to get. A Black Friday sale. We don't have to wait in line. Well, I think I like to wait in line on Black Friday, and I don't even shop. I just like to go in there for the chaos and for the violence. I like to rip I like to rip products out of other shoppers' hands. Like I want to take it and then just put it somewhere else in the store, you know? Like I want that Cabbage Patch Kid and get in a full-on fight with a mom. And then just put it like, in the electronics aisle or something. That's my fun on a Black Friday. Anyway, we are back. Now let's get into tonight's game. Baltimore versus the Chargers at SoFi. Baltimore is -2.5. Total's 51. We'll get into the handicapping in a second. But first, obviously, it's Jim Harbaugh versus John Harbaugh. Incredible. But what do you know? Which you probably do not know, C-Generates, that there is, obviously you have the dad Harbaugh. They do who likes it better than anybody. There is actually a third Harbaugh brother you don't hear too much about. Kind of like, the Cooper Manning situation. And his name is Judd Harbaugh. We have him with us today. He's a frequent C-Gener. He loves the Bottom Line Bombs. We said he's going to come on. I'm sure he's in town. Let's bring in Judd Harbaugh. Here he is. Judd, can you hear everybody?
CJ.
Yeah, there he is.
There you are. Hey, CJ.
Hey, Judd, how you doing? Let me see if I can get a picture of you. There you are. Oh,
hey,
no, hold on.
Yeah,
there we are.
I got a Man in the Box T-shirt.
Did you?
I have one of your Man in the Box. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Josh, so this must be
fire. Exciting. A T-shirt is fire.
Yeah, it's fire shirt. Now, Quentin, how come we don't hear much about you, Judd Harbaugh? We know about your brothers.
You don't hear about Joni either, our sister. You hardly hear about Joni either. Well, I kind of, I lived in the attic. That's where they kept me. And I do coaching, but I didn't really quite do the same route as my brothers. I played football. I had to quit playing football because of concussions. Because on the way to the game, Jim and John used to hit my seat and I'd get knocked out and on the way to the game. So I had to quit because of my concussions.
That's not nice.
No, it wasn't nice, but it was fun. It was the Har-Baughisms, we call them.
Har-Baughisms. Yeah, I imagine it's tough growing up in that family. A lot of excellence. They went on to be great coaches. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Jackie, our mom, Jackie. Our punishment is we used to have to give halftime speeches. She'd put us in the corner and say, "Now give us a halftime speech," And Jack and Jim, they're 10 years older than me, so they'd give these great speeches, and I'd get up there and they'd throw things at me, and they say like, "Are you man enough?" They'd say that, and they'd say, "Oh, did you get that bib at a woman's section?" And it was like, "This was your bib," But
that's weird. That doesn't seem so motivating because it does seem like they hyped themselves up there. Is that what they could try to get you guys to do?
Yeah, they really did. They tried to pump us up, Jack and Jackie, mom and dad. They tried to get us pumped up for things for homecomings, for things that I didn't really go to, but they'd always get pumped up. I'd hear them sometimes in the basement, when I was in the attic, I'd hear them downstairs saying, "We're going to attack Judd with the enthusiasm unknown to mankind." They used to say, they used to say, "We're going to attack Judd each day with the enthusiasm unknown to mankind."
Oh man, that's not cool at all. But all right, well, you're here in Los Angeles tonight. I take it you're going to the game.
I'm not. I'm not. Jack, Dad said the suite only seats 50. And so they don't have room for me. But what they did, this is pretty cool. I'm going to fly out of LAX at 5:15 right on kickoff. And then when my plane flies over SoFi, I'll be able to look down and see that however long that is.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, sometimes they'll circle around before they head to their destination.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, hopefully the roof will be open for that. I know there's supposed to be some raindrops, but that's also something. It's a shame you couldn't get in that booth there, but
not enough room. Story of my life.
Who would you be rooting for? Imagine it must be difficult. Is there one you prefer over the other, or how's the whole family take this?
Well, I hope it's a tie. I hope it's a tie. I think the whole family hopes it's a tie, except for two of them, Jack and Joni. Jack and Joni, they like to see Jim win for sure. The rest of us want a tie. That would be the most fun. A lot of people say, "Well, Judd, why didn't you ever get into coaching?" But I am starting. I'm going around the country as a get down coach.
A get down coach.
Yeah, a get back coach, like get back. I'm a get down. I tell them when to fake their injuries. That's what I'm like. Look for these situations. Attack your defense. Then you want to fake it. Get down.
Right. They're doing too well. They're moving the ball too fast for us. Get down. Fake an injury.
Yep.
Oh, you always need to get down. Do you do a fake injuries yourself? Do you simulate? Do you teach them how to pull a hammy or something like that?
We go everything up to a heart attack. We even have a heart attack class, how to do that. But mostly it's just cramps, because cramps are really hard to judge,
Yeah.
So, how do you hold my cat, with a lot of drinking water, get water in their hands so it looks like they. Yeah.
No, that's great. So Thanksgiving's coming up. Are you at least welcome back to the Har-Bombs for Thanksgiving? Does everyone get together for that?
They're going to stay here for the week. They're going to Musso and Frank's. They said I can't go into the steakhouse, but I can look in like Chaplin's old horse. I can maybe stand outside and be like, "Oh yeah, I see your mom and dad with the."
That's nice. Yeah, maybe the mom will run you out a shrimp cocktail or something like that.
Let's hope. So hopefully I can come back for that. But yeah, so they'll be circling.
Well, Judd, thank you for joining us and shining light on the brother and his sister. Where's the sister at right now, by the way?
Sister's in Pittsburgh.
Oh, all right. Good for her. Yeah, that's where she
teaches toe wrestling in Pittsburgh. She's trying to make it. It's big in England. We're trying to make it big in the United States.
You guys just have coaches all around. That's what the Harbaugh way. It seems like incredible.
She has a great saying too, which is you're only as strong as your weakest big toe.
Your weakest big toe. The weakest
toe.
When
you toe wrestle, you interlock the toe and you do left foot and right foot. So both your toes have to be really strong.
You got to be totally into it, if you will.
You would have fit right into the Jack Harbaugh.
I wish. Everyone wants to be. Hey, we're all Harbaughs tonight, so good luck, and hope you have a nice view of that flying over LAX there. They have a good fly space and a wide open view.
Thanks, CJ, and congratulations on the Eagles' victory.
Oh, fine. Thanks. Have enjoy to fly over SoFi. Judd Harbaugh, everybody. Judd.
CJ Sullivan.
I love it. Appreciate it. There he was. Wow. That was amazing. Judd Harbaugh. Who knew that there was a third Harbaugh brother and a sister out there who had to live in the attic and get tortured? He had the glasses just like him, I'm for sure. And I'm sure he was wearing khakis. I know there's a lot of questions in here. Who's got it better than Judd? Ron Pasco wants to say. No, well, it seems like everybody. Everybody. I probably should have set him up for that. Damn it. I wish I could do that again. Anyway, this is great. Serial. Welcome to the chat. Says, should have seen Dallas get ready for the DQ revenge spot. I'll get into that in a little bit, Serial. Anyway, thank you for that, Judd Harbaugh. Let's get into the game. Baltimore -2.5, Chargers 51. The Harbaugh brothers, you're going to hear about it ad nauseum. You're not going to hear that. Only the Bottom Line Bombs brings you that version of the Harbaugh stories. But he is. I will say this about Baltimore. Coming off a loss, that Harbaugh is pretty good. There's something like 10-1 on Pittsburgh. And now the public is on Baltimore. Chargers still not getting really respect. I think the market's a little bit down. Should be a good game. I'm gonna go with the Ravens -2.5. We'll bomb that. I think them coming off a loss. Pittsburgh loss, sure. Was that a Thursday? What was that game? No, it wasn't Thursday. It was a Saturday early game. It seems like a long time ago. But they play well off it. Their defense is playing better. Their defense isn't the same the way it used to be in the beginning of the season where I know the Bengals put 50 points on them or whatever, but that's Joey Burrow and the Bengals. Defense is playing a little bit better. They have some athletes on there. So I think Herbert should have a big game. I don't think Dobbins will. They stopped the run anyway, Baltimore. I like Herbert over 252 passing yards as a prop. I love Lamar Jackson rushing props. I like him over longest rush, 14.5 yards. I'm going to bomb that. And if you guys want a ladder, why not? The Ravens just activated Isaiah Likely. And he's very likely. Not too likely to have it a game, but his numbers are pretty low. So I'm going to go with an Isaiah Likely prop ladder. 25.5 is his ground floor if you want to get that grounded. Now, if you want to get those Christmas lights fixed, let me lock that up. Lock that up. Go up a few rungs. Isaiah Likely, 50 yards plus 290. 66 yards plus 454. Bet Online has this at 75 yards is plus 727 for Isaiah Likely. He's a guy who can easily get 60, 80 yards. If you want to keep going to the roof, I mean, this is just too much. It's a little aggressive. 86 yards is 12-1. 96 yards 20-1. 106 yards 36-1. That's a little too high for Isaiah Likely. He's not going to have a receipt. He's a tight end, obviously, so he's not going to break them. But I can definitely see him getting 50 to 60 yards, which pays 450 to 1. So I like an Isaiah Likely ladder. Lamar over 14.5 longest rush. Herbert over 250 passing yards, and Baltimore minus 2.5. Bomb all those. And my thanks to Judd Harbaugh, who will hopefully get a good seat outside of Frank and Musso's for Thanksgiving. All right, let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy. And when I come back, we'll get into the NFL weekend of Week 12 and what happened, the goods and the bads, including my experience at SoFi last night for the Eagles-Rams game. That was quite the party. But first, let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy Pick'em. One of the biggest venues of all sports: NFL, college football, college basketball, MMA, NBA, and NASCAR, and more. You can use special boost to entries. I'll put an Underdog play in for you now in a second. Sign up with your promo code BOMBS to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Underdog Fantasy promo code BOMBS. And if you don't know Underdog, you should. It's just a great way to play fantasy football, but for real cash. You do lower and higher because you don't want the lawyers thinking that you're gambling, not when you're doing fun, exact betting things. Let me hide that. Let me see what an Underdog. As soon as Underdog comes up, I'll put it in there. Come on, why is it? Ooh, did I not win on Sunday? All right, let's see here. Oh, you got a 50% vulture protection. I'll go with Derrick Henry, higher than 261.5 yards. Justin Herbert, higher than 261.5 yards. And Lamar Jackson, let's see if we can get that rushing. Where was that first half? Longest rush, well, they have it at 15.5. That's higher than I want. Let's just go with the old 45.5 rushing yards. That's fun. And we'll see if that wins. If it does not, then we're screwed. Just kidding. Yeah, there's the good Underdog. Justin Herbert, higher than 261.5 passing yards. Lamar Jackson, higher than 45.5 rushing yards. How could that possibly lose? All right. We're back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. Thank you, everyone. Joining me in the chat room, Steve Elridge says, Judd and John are definitely the best of the 4 Harbaugh kids. Judd and Joni. No kidding. That I will say this. The Harbaugh family, that whole Harbaugh family, who's got it better than us? Nobody. It gets so annoying and over the top. I mean, I guess it's infectious. Jim Harbaugh has been hilarious in his press conferences, but I don't know. Virgil wants to know, who needs this win more so you don't think the brother will help the other brother out? I don't think the brother will help the other brother out. They both need it, but I think Baltimore really needs it, especially when I saw a little weakness there with Pittsburgh losing to Cleveland. There's a gap in that division, and they got to play them again. So I think Baltimore's a great bounce back team. And people are, as soon as you start writing them off when they've looked bad a couple games, I think they have a big effort tonight. So I like Baltimore, and and the reason why I like Lamar Jackson rushing is anytime there's highlighted games, those intense games, that's when the quarterbacks start to rush more when it gets things that they need, the situations that they need. Lamar reverts to running. So anyway, all right, let's get into this weekend. So last night I was at SoFi Stadium along with Sean Green and about 80,000 other Eagle fans. It was packed. It was a Philly home game. There were some Rant fans there, obviously. I went last year as well. Now, last year seemed like 50-50. This year seemed like at least 60-40. And I like Rant fans. They're not bad. They're on, the mariachi band. They're fun. But this game was just absolutely insane. Well, did that go blurry on me? Okay. Did it go blurry on me? Saquon Barkley, obviously, was the story of the night. It was incredible. His touchdowns, it's 2 70-yard touchdowns. He had 250 yards. You don't have to go over all those stats. Eagles just blew him off the line. But Saquon, he's so good. And so it was amazing watching it. And even Rams fans there were like not cheering for Saquon, but they couldn't hate it. Like, Jesus Christ, like how good this guy's a fucking freak. Like Rams fans were saying, why is he so good? And it was when we tear it off, and he's just like it's just rare seeing someone who's better than NFL players, a fellow NFL player. That's like a faster, more athletic, like you see that in college and high school all the time. Like, oh, that kid's going to go pro. He's better than all these children, and that's what Saquon looks like. And as an Eagle fan, I'm not even a guy. It's fun to make fun of the Giants for letting them go, like the thank you Giants and why and. I know intelligently as a football fan that the Giants just didn't want to let him go, but they kind of had to. It was time to move on. Situation. Why put up their money for a losing team? But the optics don't look good. I'll give that. I'll say that for the Giants because it looks like, especially now, the disaster with them, with Daniel Jones being released because you gave him $40 million. And you wouldn't pay Saquon $12 million. So it looks like you chose Daniel Jones now over Saquon Barkley. And
bought them Giants, baby. Huh? You bet your ass.
Not only is Saquon having his career year and being the best player in football, but he's doing like TikTok. He's doing it every week. And TikTok dances. He's doing it for your rivalry. And now and this whole decision was done on HBO in the summer. The Giants were like, well, boy, I hope this doesn't bite us in the ass. Why would you say this on HBO? You know these things stream forever, right? This clip's always going to play. So Saquon, that was just amazing watching Saquon live. Like I said, the Eagle fan, our section. If you see my Instagram story, and that's if you follow me on Instagram, at CJ Sullivan was taken on Instagram _ in between each words, or on X at CJ Sullivan _ or that's my post. I posted a little slideshow. There was a kid. There was in our section. And our section was majority Eagle fans. We were right in the corner of the end zone, where Saquon had his last touchdown. And him and A.J. Brown did a little TikTok dance there. There was a baby in an Eagle onesie, like a full on Eagle costume, like the animal eagle, the bird. And it was a baby. And then the dad held him up like Lion King, like Simba, and the fucking section went nuts. I mean, Eagles fans and Rams fans. This baby went across the aisle. This baby was a superstar. And then once the dad realized everyone loved this kid in the Eagle costume by holding him up, then the mom got into it. And the mom's holding the kid up. And they were all, yeah, this guy. Cheer, just going nuts for this kid. Then people were coming, taking pictures with it. I mean, he was a legit celebrity, this baby, in an Eagles costume. But now you got Eagle fans and just football fans in general, drunk. I mean, it's a Sunday night game. People were hammered. And one guy spilled a fucking like a half a beer on this baby. Like, don't worry about it. It's a Philly baptism, baby. And they're wiping it dry with a sleeve. Like, Jesus Christ. I imagine CPS took that child away this morning. see something, say something, text this number for unruly behavior. Yeah, I don't want him kicked out, but I do think authorities should come to their house tomorrow and take this child away from his parents. Let him watch the game. I mean, it's a fun game. Don't let the kid miss Saquon Barkley by any means. But yeah, those parents are not fit to raise that kid, or they do, or they're the best parents. Who knows? There was another kid in front, had sitting on a dad's shoulders, had a poster of my first Eagles game, and then when they hoping to get on TV, then when you flip it around, it says Dallas sucks on the back. And there were some Dallas sucks chants going on, and Eagle fans are scumbags, but they have a way about them. They're like animals. They take over with the chants, and I will say it's going to be a tough cleanup party for tonight for Monday Night Football. The way they let them. The way they let him go in there. We got in. We had good too. It was me and my sister, buddy Jeff Klinger. We got in, we got out. That's the hardest part about LA games in general. And LA fan, I'll say this about LA fans. They get a bad rap for showing up late and leaving early. And it's true, they do that. But people don't understand why. People don't comprehend the traffic and difficulties it is to leave any event in Los Angeles. You could explain it to them, but you'll never comprehend how much of a nightmare it is. Last year, we did a tailgate lot. We didn't get out of there for like 3 hours. We're just gridlocked. You have to bring your own orange vest and impersonate a construction worker to get yourself out of there. But this time, we did it incredibly. We know a girl who lives in Inglewood. We parked by there. We had a little secret drop-off area right by the stadium. We got picked up. It was amazing. Only like an hour, which is incredible. That goes down as one of the greatest victories of my life. The game was great. The edibles kicked in. The house music plays. The mariachi band's going, and it was a party. But nothing beat the exit out of there. That, as I get older, that's more my memories than the games itself. On my refrigerator, I still have my parking pass from the Dodger-Phillies game I went to this year from Lot H. Because that was one of the greatest parking experiences of my life, getting in and out of Dodger Stadium at Lot H. Forget there's a World Series ticket. I don't want your ticket stubs. Give me your parking stub. I'm going to frame that. I want a collage of just my favorite parking moments. But anyway, it looks like the Eagles and Lions will be playing the NFC Championship game. Hopefully, who knows? Not to look ahead. What could possibly go wrong? Saquon can't get hurt, right? As Ryan Kramer's trying to wish upon as a Giant fan and a hater. And I get it. It must be very difficult for the Giants. And I'll get to the Giants after the break. Uncle Kev will make another. Dude, I still haven't. I've given him a call. For some reason, Kev's not answering my calls. Weird. I didn't even know he knew how to screen calls, but I'll get a hold of him. So that was the good news yesterday, and I needed that last night. I needed that Eagles game. -3, we hit that. Plus, it was just a fun time. The daytime, not so good. This is the sad news I hate to report to you, C-Generates, and that's and this is very tragic, actually. Is there sad stuff on this? Probably not. Trying to see if there's any kind of... No, that's not a thing. I need to get my own soundboard. Why do I keep doing this? I will play this because I brill it. The road to 500,000. It used to be the road to 10 million. That derailed early on, like with everyone else. And then I was on the road to 500,000. The survivor pool on Bet Online, where the pot was $590,000, and there was only a couple hundred left out of 36,000 entries. That also sadly came to an end yesterday. This I'm actually legitimately devastated with. I put the donkey music because I made the wrong call. I took the Houston Texans, who lost to Tennessee. I told you on Thursday night that was me. It was the wrong call. There's no excuses being made. It was it was a bad call. Because the Texans, I couldn't decide between them and Miami. And I was even going to toss Green Bay in there late night when Brock Purdy news came out. But I had it set up for Miami, to be in 2 weeks. They play the Jets at home, and I was going to do KC next week. KC barely got out of there alive in Carolina. I didn't have Washington. I would have played Washington if I had Washington eligible. That was a loss. But I played Texans because I was like, you know what? Let's just get this out of the way. And I said the fateful words, if Will Levis beats me, I'll live with that. And he did. He certainly did. Will Levis played the game of his fucking life yesterday. And it's horrible. I'm not using hyperbole when I say I would rather lose a family member than lose my survivor entry. It hurts more to lose a survivor entry than it does a family member. Now, not a close, intimate family member, but a distant cousin and an uncle from overseas or an aunt. I'm not even saying a family member I never see. I'm talking about one like I would show up to the funeral. Well, I'd have a good time at the funeral. Irish funerals are always great. Some of my best experiences in my life are at funerals, actually. I love them. I love a good death. Who am I kidding? I don't love a good death. I love a good funeral. But I always say, I mentioned Pat Bryce last week when it was his birthday, November 20th. He was our best friend who passed away years ago. Horrible, obviously, incident, but that week of funerals was, a wild time. I mean, yikes. Did we get after it? Anyway, that's when people would say, hey, let's have a fucking shot of whiskey and a line of Coke. Pat would have wanted it. Like, I think you wanted it a little bit. Pat would tell you to slow down. Point is, we lost Survivor to the Texans. And, it hurts. And it hurts so much. I'm like, I want to keep going. I'm going to do the stupid thing where I'm going to do the hypothetical torture myself and act like, and just like see if I would have won by playing it out. Why am I doing this? Because we're fucking sickos. I'm doing it because I hope I lose. I don't want to do it to win. Ugh, my God. But I say it was the wrong side because Stroud is just not good right now. It's not a sophomore. I mean, I guess it's a sophomore slump, but he just does not look good. Houston had a pick six off Will Levis. They recovered a muffed punt. They scored 10 seconds into the game. They almost brought the opening kickoff for a touchdown, and they still lost. And my favorite kicker, the prop bet I always hit every week, Har-Bombs. I never know how to pronounce his name. Kami Fairbaum, who might be the best kicker in football. He just set a record for most field goals over 50 yards in a season. Set the NFL all-time record. Misses a 28-yarder to tie the game. Of course. And I knew he was going to miss it. I could tell. I mean, all right, that wasn't really positive vibes. I tried to positive vibes. People tell me to do that. Use positive vibes. And the second a play doesn't go my way, I immediately turn, fuck positive vibes. This is bullshit. You can plan a hell of a funeral with a 500K. You're damn right, Virgil. I thought I was going to make it back last night at the Eagles game. I'm like, I got a same game parlay. All I need is 8 Saquon Brown, 2 touchdowns. He got that. To run over 250 yards. He got that. And I had to win the 50-50 raffle. I did not do that. That was my 3-leg parlay. God damn, am I running bad. What a bet. Another bad beat for the man in the box. First, I got beat by Will Levis. And then I don't hit the 50-50 later that night at SoFi. Can I be running worse? Here's another thing. And of course, this happened to me too. So I watched every play of this Texans-Titans game. I had Red Zone on one, another game on another one, but I was fully engaged in this one. And I knew it was going to be even when they went up 7-0, and then they came back and scored, and Levis is throwing perfect bombs. They're throwing 70-yard 10-yard drag, so a tight end who runs untouched for 70 yards. What was going on out there? It was just a stupid game. That being said, the Texans still could have won this game. They're driving down. They're down 3 right before the firebomb missed field goal. And a play that I'm screaming about, the illegal motion or illegal formation, blow it dead. It's the slow roll of the NFL. There was a 40-yard touchdown pass to Nico Collins. Stroud hits Nico over the middle in a crossing pattern. He takes it in for a touchdown. Place is going nuts. Texans finally take the lead with 2 minutes to go. Oh, no, sorry. There was an illegal formation. Okay, well, then why did you let us run the play if you knew it was coming back? The refs are like, yeah, have fun. None of this counts. It's not like a holding play, like a penalty that happens during the play. You're saying the formation is illegal before they even snap. Well, then fucking blow it dead. Why are you allowing us to do this? Why are you allowing us to act like we did something good? Anyway. And then Fireman misses a fucking 28-yard field goal. It was too close for him. And then they still had all 3 of their timeouts. And I kept an eye on that. Even if he misses, we do have 3 of our timeouts. They stop him. Tennessee even lets them keep one of them because they throw an incompletion. And then they get a 15-yard penalty on the punt return. What? What are you doing? Next thing you know, they have the ball on their own 1-yard line. How do you have the ball on your own 1? How is this even possible? How did you lose 75 yards? Okay, I'm not over it. I thought I was over it. I should have led with this and then gone to the Eagles recap. I got to take a break. I gotta get into some ad reads. I gotta talk to you about mybookie.ag. Oh God, I got a graphic for this though. Where is my bookie at? Let me give me my bookie. Here it is, my bookie. Wherever I bet, he bets. My bookie and you. We're brought to you by bookie.ag. It's been running on SGPN for years. Check out their new and improved website, great on mobile, plus props for every game, and a live dealer casino. Even new early cash out options. Highlight a bet I like on MyBookie? Well, sure, ad read. I like Baltimore -2.5, and you can get that there. It's 3 everywhere else. MyBookie has it at 2.5 right now. Head there, use promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. You know what I say about Rhythm. The rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you. With props. SGPN's proud partner, Rhythm, is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive building models in seconds and get predictors for betting the money line spreads, totals, and props. Build your own model, copy one of the top-performing models for the leaderboard, or have Rhythm build a model for you. Now you can track the props in the Rhythm app. NFL picks, props, college football, basketball, NBA, Rhythm has it all. They like Gus Edwards over 23.5 rushing yards, and I agree with that. Gus Edwards came back from injury, and he looks spry. He had 5.5 a carry 2 weeks ago, and then last week he had like 28 in the first quarter, and then they stopped giving him the ball. So now we're getting a little bump on that. I like Gus Edwards tonight over 25.5. Did I say 23? It's 25.5 that I'm saying. So claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMN. And we're back on the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, CJ Sullivan, the man in the box, the bet detective, the laddie daddy, the Deli Llama, the Deli Roll. All of it. The man in the box, of course. I was yelling. Make sure you stay subscribed. I'm glad. Thank you, everyone, being here on the YouTube. Make sure you hit some fucking thumbs up there. Get the likes going. That helps everything. Yeah. So Survivor's over with. That's fine. You know what? This is where this passes on to you, degenerates. What it does do is it clears your mind. You get free. I honestly don't want to hear about anyone else's survivor, like someone's bracket that's busted. But now that you're not thinking about it, I can clear up and improve on my circa million picks, which need help because we had a bad week again. But it's all right. The quarter's ending up. I mean, what we won the Bears. That was a lucky backdoor cover. But at least Caleb's looking better, huh? That's good. Good for Bears fans. I'm happy for that. I want to see Caleb do good. We hit the Packers. That was a late second switch after the Brock Purdy news because that was a huge dead number. Everyone was on that. But we lost. We lost 3 more. We lost Washington. Speaking of which, and thoughts and prayers for everyone who had Washington in your survivor. I know people who have that. They took out a huge chunk yesterday, losing to Dallas. Thoughts and prayers if you had the under in that game, too. It was 13-9 with like 4 minutes to go. Final score was like 36-28 or some shit. I mean, it was crazy. That was a drunk game. That's a weird one where we actually wanted Dallas to win to beat Washington. Washington did not look good. Cliff Kingsbury. I get the book on Cliff Kingsbury is that he starts out great with all these innovative plays and all these schemes, but then he doesn't add on to it, and then people figure it out, and then it's done after, daylight savings. They asked him about it. He's like, I wasn't aware of that. You weren't aware of it. We're all aware of it. How are you not aware of it? How are you not aware about what's being said about you? I don't buy that. But Dallas did their part. Dallas did not want to win that game. It's not like, Dallas showed up and showed heart. No, Dallas did exactly what we thought they were going to do. Nothing for the entire game. And then there was like 5 minutes to go, and they're like, all right, I guess Washington doesn't want to win this thing. All right, I guess we'll win. I don't know. Coach, is that okay? Are we allowed to win? And McCarthy knows he's getting fired. He's like, yeah, fuck it. Fuck this organization. I don't care about their draft pick. Let's win this game. So they did. But it got wild because then Washington came back and they got another Hail Mary. It wasn't really a Hail Mary. It was just a seam pass for 90 yards to Terry McLaurin. Place goes nuts. And then poor Austin Siebert, the rookie kicker, who they signed off the street because all kickers come off the street begging for change. They signed him, and he missed 2 extra points, I think. And he missing the extra point after a last-second Hail Mary touchdown, that's chef's kiss. That's kind of great. So I feel bad. I do feel bad for him. Kicking in general. I said let's just get rid of the kicking. Kicking only hurts you. Only for missed kickers. Because they never even get credit when they make them. Like, oh, what a great clutch field goal. We're like, no, you have to make it. If you don't make it, we're going to cut you because you're a kicker. And we think it's effeminate. The NFL thinks kicking's effeminate. So they never give them respect. So they just cut them and sign them left and right. There was a video online from Washington's social media team that showed the kicker, Austin Siebert, hugging his daughter or kissing his daughter and his family before the game. Like, oh, what a wholesome moment. This is what life's all about, family, the whole thing. And then let's just say that didn't age well. When you put something like that on X or on social media with the worst human beings in the world, then he blows the game. You're going to get some comments that are not appropriate. And he did. So there was that. Welcome to the chat, Chase Bentley, who says, what the hell is that Jedi mind trick where the Eagles declined a penalty, let them line up, and then took the penalty? I agree, Chase. That was bullshit. And that also happened on Thursday night with Pittsburgh and Cleveland. It seems like the NFL changes their rules and their decision making. On the fly. They make stuff up every week that you never heard of. That used to be a thing. Okay, that's a hold. Do you want to accept the penalty or do you want to decline the penalty? And that's what happened yesterday. So it was 3rd and 3, and there was a hold. So the Eagles declined it to make it 4th and 3. Then the Rams decided to go for it. And then Sirianni's like, whoa. I didn't know they were going to do that. I thought they were going to kick. All right, well, let's take the penalty. And then they get to switch. They shouldn't be allowed to switch. And Pittsburgh did the same thing. It was 3rd and 2 or 4th and 2 when Winston threw an illegal pass. illegal pass. It hit the lineman. It should have been grounding. I don't know how they got away with a 5-yard penalty. And it should have been loss of down. That was even more egregious, the Cleveland-Pittsburgh play. Because it should have, I don't understand how it wasn't loss of down. Winston was, trying to avoid a sack, so he threw it right at his lineman. It hit the lineman, so it's illegal touching. So Pittsburgh's like, we'll decline it, make it 4th and 2. Then the Browns were going to go for it. It's like, whoa, did we say decline? No. We said line. We said line them back up, line it back up 5 yards further. That's what we said. That's all it is. No, not decline. Put it on the line, we said. The line that's 10 yards further back. Contract bonding, Chase Medley says. I know. It was some tomfoolery, that's for sure. But that being said, it all worked out because then Stafford got sacked and then they missed a field goal. But I mean, it all worked out. I mean, it worked out for one side only and not the Rams. It worked out 100% for Philadelphia and 0 for the Rams. But the other one worked out for the Browns and not the Steelers. And who can't be that? Oh, one thing I forgot to mention at the Rams-Eagles game at SoFi last night, and I went to the Rams-Dolphins game last Monday night, and let's just say it was a much more laid-back atmosphere than the jungle that was fucking Eagles fans last night. But I'm glad to report, C-Generates, that the band Smash Mouth performed not only at halftime, but they also performed during the 2-minute warning. And I got to do a preview of the 2-minute warning. The Rams games are so funny. They have musical genres for everything. There's a mariachi band, there's a house band, mariachi band. They're awesome. Then they have like this chick, like Lita Ford lookalike doing electric guitar. I like her. She's just a rocker. She'll come in between plays and rock some stuff. She doesn't care how antiquated. She doesn't care that music genre's pass her by. She's a rocker. She's going to be rocking. And then they have an actual DJ playing like house music with lights. And then you had Smash Mouth. They wanted Smash Mouth because they were a band in 1999 and they were celebrating the 1999 St. Louis Rams. They were. Anyway. But Smash Mouth, of All-Star fame and Walking on the Sun fame and That's It fame. Oh, they also did a cover of I'm a Believer. But if you don't know, C-Generates, the singer for Smash Mouth died recently. Dead. So people were wondering aloud in our section, how's Smash Mouth going to play without their singer? How are they possibly going to get someone to emulate that voice? It's not like they're replacing Freddie Mercury. They didn't have to go on a search for Adam Lambert, or the Journey guy. They weren't replacing Steve Perry. They were replacing the fucking jerk off from Smash Mouth. Very easily to replace. Run. And ain't no joke. He sounded okay. Listen, no knock on Smash Mouth. They killed. The place was going nuts. It was great. You know the words. I mean, come on. But easy transition for Smash Mouth. Losing their singer. They just went to Skid Row. Hey, wino, do you want a free bottle of wine? All right, cool. Come sing this song real quick for us. I'm looking more for like a Tom Waits on bath salts kind of a singer. And I know go. So Smash Mouth, good news and bad news, has not changed a bit since her singer died. That's up to you to interpret if that's good or bad. Enjoyed the show. Chase Bentley says, I believe I meant tails. Can we switch that? Still upset about the rule switching. The NFL's got to clean that up. I agree. It's insane. Well, then, I don't know. We'll move on. What else did we lose? We lost Denver, Vegas. I was on Vegas like an idiot. I won't say like an idiot. Vegas should have covered that. Minshew was ready to backdoor cover, ready to do his whole thing. They were beating Denver. Then Denver, Bo Nix made his comeback. Good for them. Point is, I didn't care. 6 points was too many. Minshew was going for a classic Minshew backdoor cover, and he broke his goddamn collarbone. I can't get mad at you, Minshew. Man. I'm watching this in the parking lot at the tailgate. You know, people have TV set up. They bring in Desmond Ridder. What? What? Desmond Ridder? I forgot Desmond Ridder. The Raiders signed him. And then I forgot why he wasn't signed by anybody. And I remembered why he wasn't signed by anybody when I watched him play. But they got the ball to the 1 yard line. First and goal at the 1, and Ridder can't punch it in. He gets fucking sacked. And I thought he got, oh my God. What a nightmare that was. And then watching Bronco fans celebrate, watching their, like they were on the right side. Oh, well, that's how things go. Desmond Ridder, I forgot, like a month ago or so, Desmond Ridder pulled that funny story when when the Raiders signed him. He did like this heartfelt, tearjerker interview in his locker. He's like, oh, I was at home and I was about to leave, and my daughter's like, where are you going, Daddy? And I said, I'm going to Las Vegas, honey. I'm going to Las Vegas. She's like, why? Because I got a job, because Daddy's got a job. Daddy's going to work again. So that was tough and great at the same time. But it turns out Daddy wasn't at home on the fucking couch. Daddy was on the practice squad in Arizona. Daddy had a job. Daddy just wanted to go to Vegas to get the fuck away from his family and blow off some steam and some hookers. Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder pulled the old, oh, my friend died on 9/11. My dad died on 9/11. Oh, my God, in the towers? No, he had a heart attack. He was in Connecticut at the time. But he still died on 9/11. They can't change that. I was at home. Yeah, you were at home after a day at work on the practice squad, Desmond. Don't agree with that bullshit. Anyway, that's where you should go back. You and the fucking Washington's kicker. You and Washington's kicker can spend a lot more time with their daughters. Desmond Ridder and Austin Siebert. That should be an NFL Surreal Life show. Remember the Surreal Life on VH1? All the fucking cast-offs and canceled. The cancelables. They should do that with fucking football players we don't want to see anymore for a long time. Desmond Ridder's one of them. A lot of kickers are in there. Shout out to Santos, who did the Bears, who did get that backdoor cover. And I gave over 1.5 field goal prop on the prop show. Never a doubt on that one. But let's get into it with the Giants, Tampa Bay, but the other loss. With poor Tommy DeVito. Tommy, we went through so much last week. Thought we were going to do it. I believed in you a little too much. So did the Giants, maybe, when they overpassed Drew Lock to go to you because you're too fun. God damn it, we wanted it to work, Tommy. We're playing Tampa Bay. Getting 6. Tommy DeVito, Tommy Cutlets. We thought you were going to throw a pizza pie and a moon pie around the vaso. We forgot that you were a third-string fucking undrafted free agent quarterback. That got in our way. It's kind of like the Eddie Murphy bit about white guys after they saw Rocky. When they come out, all right, Rocky. They thought they could actually beat up black people. All right, Rocky. Yeah, some juju beads, some juju fruits, and the dude not going to pay for it. I won't say it. I won't even say the Italian slur. That's how woke I am now, C-Generates. But that's a hilarious Eddie Murphy bit. Yeah, no, excuse me? You just saw Rocky, did? Yeah, that's right, Rocky. All right, Rocky. Eddie Murphy's Italian character bit, his fucking accent is maybe the funniest. I don't even think I'm doing an Italian character. I'm doing Eddie Murphy doing an Italian character. Anyway, DeVito, it did not work out. Who could have saw that coming? The locker room was not saying good things. I mean, in retrospect, it was a pretty horrible pick. And I realized that when it was 30-0, 15 minutes into the game, I was like, oh, this might not be good. All the Giants players were like, yeah, I have no idea why we benched Daniel Jones. And I certainly don't know why we cut him. And why are we playing Drew Lock? I don't know any of these things. Like Dexter Lawrence. They all like DeVito, but like, what the fuck? The Giants didn't know they were going to have to cut Daniel Jones. They didn't. He just thought he was going to take the benching and work, scout team safety and end the season. No. I want to go to a Super Bowl contender. That's what he said. Daniel Jones wants to go. You're going to the Raiders, Daniel Jones. What are you going to do on a Super Bowl contender, Daniel Jones? Well, you want a good seat? You just want tickets? Because you're not going to play on a Super Bowl contender. But he can play on the Raiders. Get him to the Raiders right now. Get Desmond Ridder out of there. Get Daniel Jones in there. Activate Henry Ruggs again. I think he's out off his work release program after killing a woman for driving 120 miles an hour after Topgolf. Let's get that connection going with a little Vegas dream going, baby. But the big news, at least around here, during Aggressive Italian Week, was Baker Mayfield. That son of a bitch Baker. Scored a touchdown, and then he mocked DeVito with the Fango dance. He does the DeVito thing. And he tried to act like he was doing it as a tribute. No, you weren't, Baker, you son of a bitch. You racist son of a bitch. Kramer pushes that. Like I said, the Italians and the Irish are here for us. They're the only two races we can openly mock and just be flat out fucking stereotype racist, and they'll just take it. There's nothing they're going to have to take it because that's their job. We can't make fun of any other groups. But dumb Italians and us blockhead Irish, we'll go on. We'll be on that wall for you. So anyway, Baker does this fucking. I don't even get that upset that he's making fun of Italians like that when he does that. I get mad. Baker Mayfield, go fuck yourself. You're the number 1 overall pick by the Browns. You failed out of there. You went to Carolina. You failed out of there. And listen, we're all happy you're on your 4th opportunity and you're doing well, Baker, whatever. But DeVito's an undrafted free agent. He doesn't get these. He doesn't get to fail 5 times like you. He goes in there for his first game. He gets knocked around because their O-line stinks. And he's never going to play football again. And you got Baker doing it. Fuck you, Baker Mayfield. Because you found one guy you could bully. That's real cool. Real cool look. Look at him, that son of a bitch. Someone needs to put a call in for him. All right, you know what, Baker? You want to fuck around and find out? Listen, people are getting real chatty against these Italians because they think the mob's not a thing anymore. Even Sammy the Bull out there in Arizona get caught for selling ecstasy because, I don't mind it. They're not going to kill me. Maybe not him, but Baker. You don't think we got some informants down there in Florida, Tampa Bay area? Heard you like to wake up with a fucking an alligator's head in your bed. I'm trying to do a Florida mob reference here. I don't know. But Baker needs a talking to. One of those corrections. Oh, I'm sorry. This is your table, Mr. DeVito. People are getting a little too comfortable mocking these Italians. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't be afraid of it, but you don't have to be open about it. So congratulations, Baker, ex-number 1 player, overall pick, making fun of an undrafted free agent. I'm not saying we want sympathy over here. I'm just saying, watch your back, Baker. Watch your fucking back. All right, let's go to the box. Hold on. Anyway, we are in the box. Thank you for watching and listening to the show. I am the man in the box, Bottom Line Bombs. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up. Give it a like, please. Go to Spotify. Give me a 5-star review. If it's a good review, I'll send you some merch. Even if it's 25% off, I'll send you some free merch. If it's good, if you win the contest. Follow me on Instagram at CJ Sullivan was taken _ between each words, or on X at CJ Sullivan _. You could catch my late shows. Like I was at the Improv on Saturday. That was fine. And I watched the end of the USC UCLA game at the bar. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The chat room's been great today. Ronnie Pasco says Uncle Kev's house is going to be wild on Thanksgiving for the Giants-Cowboys game. The Giants-Cowboys game always wild on Thanksgiving because we have half Giants fans. We do have some Cowboy fans in the house, in the family. You know, they get married in, those assholes. Cousin Eddie was a big Cowboy fan. He got shot in a mass shooting. True story. It's one of those things like, yeah, that makes sense. Another cousin married into a Cowboy fan. One time I brought them to an Eagles-Cowboys game in Philly, speaking of which, the vet, Monday nighter. And I was like, don't wear Cowboy shit. I'm telling, do not. I will not go with you. I will not be near you. I'll try to protect you. I had my Eagles starter jacket, the whole thing. But do not, no names. You don't say name. You do not wear Cowboy gear. Like, all right, they wear neutral. But then eventually they sniffed them out because they would do some quiet cheering anytime the Cowboys did something. And you saw a word get whispered around the section. Like, there's Cowboy fans back there, Cowboy fans. I'm like, oh, this ain't good. Yeah, we're going to have to go. We're going to have to get the fuck out of here. Luckily, the Eagles destroyed them that game. That was like a Herschel Walker game. So we got out of there safely. But then I could have been held responsible. Anyway. Yeah. So, and Uncle Pete's an old Giant fan. There's a lot. It goes back and forth there. But the Giants are now, along with the Jets, the two biggest jokes in football.
How about them Giants, baby? Huh? You bet your ass.
There's reports. I don't know if I believe those reports. Aaron Rodgers, they're going to put him on IR and he wants to play for another team next year. I mean, maybe I don't know. Who knows with Aaron Rodgers? He should play for the Giants. Why doesn't he just walk across the hallway and play for the Giants? Daniel Jones go to the Raiders. Aaron Rodgers go to the Giants. Who cares? Let's just fucking write this. We got to listen. We got to need people to watch. We got to end this season somehow. We got a couple episodes left in this contract. Let's just do it. Daniel Jones thing was so weird because he gave that speech after practice, thanking the fans and teammates and shit. And going his whole goodbye speech with like eight games to go. So it would seem bizarre. Like there's 8 games left or 7 games left. So people made fun of it. Then it turns out he got his release the next day, so it made more sense that he did that speech because he asked for his release and got it. One controversy was Ellie Duncan, or Elle Duncan, on ESPN. She hosts a Sports Center there. She also has her own podcast there, the Elle Duncan Show. And she has a segment called Taking the L, E-L-L-E. And she basically just shit on Daniel Jones' speech. Listen, I'm not, and it got controversial because Giants fans were obviously pissed off about it because it was disrespectful. Some people, on ESPN back there, like Stephen A. Smith, because that's what they do. They do takes. And I'm not going to criticize anyone for having a take or joking or even making fun of somebody. Making fun of Daniel Jones? Yeah, go ahead. What I don't like about the Elle Duncan thing was, one, she's another sportscaster trying to be a comic, and it's painful how unfunny these motherfuckers are, and that I don't even care if they're unfunny, but it's how they think they're funny. And they think the performers. Her whole joke was, and she starts off with her bit was like, how long do you think he had that in his notes app? Anyway, in all seriousness, like her delivery, you're a nervous comic. You're a fucking open micer. So she does the iPhone notes. She opens with that, bombs. Then she plays the whole clip. And she goes, I could have shortened it up for you or something. I'm sorry, you paid me $40 million. I'm Brock Purdy's backup. The end. And then she sheepishly runs off the stage and she doesn't even stand on her don't fucking walk around the stage. Stand on it. Be proud of your bit. So like I said, whatever. I don't care even about the disrespect thing. But I will say this. Why are you doing this on SportsCenter if you have another show? You have a podcast. You have a fucking show that's on in the middle of the day on ESPN that's called the Ellie Duncan Show. Who that's for, I have no idea, but you have it. I don't understand all these celebrities that have podcasts that already have shows. Like Stephen A. Smith has a show after First Take, the Stephen A. Smith Show. What haven't you said yet? What do you need to say? Every fucking day. Now, if you want to say, all right, there's some things I can't say on my real job that I want to say there. All right, fine. Well, then say it there. That's where that Daniel Jones horrible set act is for. Your terrible show that no one was. And that's the thing. She knows her audience is on SportsCenter, so she wanted to do her bit there to get, which I guess I can kind of respect it. But then she tweets out how there's a bunch of snowflakes who can't handle it. It's so yep. That's another thing an amateur comic does. They blame the audience. Oh, you must not get it. You'll get it on the way home. Oh, you're too soft. You can't say anything. No, you can say anything you want. It has to be good, though. You can say any joke you want. It has to be funny. And you have to say it with confidence, too. You didn't even fucking say it with confidence. Oh, a bunch of snowflakes. No, you're just terrible. You're a snowflake. You're a bad comic, L. Duncan. But what is the point? My point is, what is the point of having 3 different podcasts and shows if you're not going to do it on there? If you're saying, well, there's just things I just can't say during my 4 hours on TV that I need to say there. So like I said, I don't even mind the aim. Whatever. That's what ESPN is now. It just fucking takes. And Daniel Jones can take it. I mean, he did get $40 million. Daniel Jones does deserve all the, but he did it with class. So you're calling Carl Banks a snowflake, L. Duncan? Is that what you're saying? Because Carl Banks was upset? I will not stand for that slander. And I am no Giant fan, but I stand behind the Carl Banks Report. That used to be a show called a segment, the Carl Banks Report. Anyway, Virgil says, thanks for the bombs. You're goddamn right. Thanks for the bombs. That's going to be it for the box. Thank you for watching the show and being a part of it today. I want to thank Judd Harbaugh, who joined us earlier, the third Harbaugh brother. I'll have a clip of him out there later. He had no pick for the game. He's going to try to watch it on the plane flying over SoFi because the father Harbaugh would not let him in the suite. I am on Baltimore -2.5, couple Lamar props, and Isaiah Likely ladder. See if we can run that. Yeah, that's going to do it for that. We have a Thanksgiving week coming up. We got a Thanksgiving prop show, I believe, coming up after this. We'll be doing for the Thanksgiving Day games. I'll be doing another Bottom Line Bombs on Wednesday, because everyone should have a happy Thanksgiving this weekend, and I'll preview the turkey games and some picks for the weekend. So I'll see you then. Stay tuned for the Sports Gambling Podcast Network Thanksgiving Day game props, which I'll be on. I'm on the prop show every week. I'll give out some ladders and some props for that. So, all right, we'll see you then, and then maybe I'll play you. Should I play some? Well, stay tuned afterwards for all you listeners. Maybe you'll get some smash.